Daniel Levy. I'm going to talk to you about Neil Morrison and Penguin Random House. To achieve its goals, an organisation will always need people. SHRM is therefore critical to the success of an organisation, as people should always come first. For Neil Morrison, this was especially important as two organisations came together, Penguin and Random House. Therefore, in these circumstances, the evaluation and harmonisation of HR policies and practices are of high importance. The key issues we'll be looking at are the alignment of organisation strategy. This centres around developing the talent of its people. HR strategy. This is investing in human capital and the development of a psychological contract that respects staff. Practices and policies. Morrison believes in a high commitment management practice and a high involvement management practice. In terms of best fit versus best practice, Morrison is following a best fit approach and tailoring SHRM to his organisation. He also follows a contingency approach which centres around the management theory that adapts HR policies and practices to the individual. In terms of the primacy of organisation strategy, this is a basic overview of strategy alignment. Organisational strategy, this takes a long-term view. There is a commitment of time and resources. HRM strategy, this is the alignment of skills, competencies, behaviours and attitude to achieve its strategic objectives. HRM policies and practices. These are put together to achieve HRM strategy, which include recruitment, training, development, remuneration and promotion. Organisational strategy alignment within Penguin Random House. Organisation strategy. This has become the biggest publisher within the industry by merging Penguin and Random House, creating economies of scale and efficiencies of scale, and to possess the largest talent pool within the publishing industry. HRM strategy, to create a culture of trust and empowerment with employees. HRM policies and practices, use internal resources rather than outsource or buy-in, create opportunities for existing employees and align training with organisational goals. This is Sheen's pyramid, which talks about the basics of organisational culture and leadership. For Morrison, the following is very important for a cohesive and beneficial organisational culture. Artefacts. These are visible within the organisation, structures and processes. These are very obvious to a passerby. Exposed beliefs. These are strategies, goals and philosophies, what an organisation consciously thinks about during practice. Underlying assumptions. These are unconscious, taken for granted beliefs, perceptions, thoughts and feelings. I'm now going to hand you over to Ben.
In terms of organisational structures, Morrison tried to develop a culture of empowerment. He didn't believe in what Mintzberg described as a machine bureaucracy would work in a knowledge-based firm such as Penguin Random House. He developed a flatter organisational structure where the skills of the employees replaced the direct supervision as a coordinating mechanism. This was in line with his belief in a culture of empowerment. One HR policy would have been incapable of fulfilling the organisational goals of Penguin Random House. Morrison implemented different HR policies and practices that were interrelated and complemented each other. This is known as bundling. He implemented both high commitment and high involvement work practices. Examples of his high commitment work practices are where he shows his trust in his employees. For example, in high profile projects such as trusting the publishing team in the Autocar project and trusting his own team in the merger rather than going on to hire more experienced staff. He is acutely aware that this sends a message to the organisation of trust and is an example of high commitment work practices. He aligns strategy, structure and culture in the aftermath of the merger. He implements a strategy that relies on talent, creativity and commitment. The strategy of the organisation is supported by a culture in which the talent can be harnessed and the opportunities are created for those who wish to develop as the organisation grows. The structure is similarly aligned. Finally, organisational strategy, HR strategy and the HR policies and practices must all align. Morrison starts with the organisational strategy, his mission statement, for Penguin Random House to become the biggest and largest publishing company in the world. He then devises a HR strategy to try and support this mission statement and back it up. He does this by investing in his human capital and trying to make Penguin Random House a tech-savvy workforce. However, the HR strategy and organisational strategy are only seen at senior levels, and Morrison then devises HR policies and practices as the previous two do not affect employees on a day-to-day basis. in making HR policies and practices to back up the mission statement, he transforms the mission statement into actionable and measurable daily tasks for employees. That's the conclusion of our project on Penguin Random House and Neil Morrison. Thank you.